shared in Canada. Thank you.
So my name is Sydney Watson, and the rally is a men's rights, or not men's rights, that's actually the wrong word. It's just a march for men. It's a march to demonstrate that the men in our lives are important and that we care about solidarity between men and women and having a functional, not divisive, very together society.
Basically, what everyone's here for today, mate, is just the rights for men. This isn't about equality, about females, it's about all of us doing the right thing for men.
I believe that women's rights are being elevated too high and that men's rights are being very slowly overlooked and almost mocked, and I don't think that's right, and I think Sydney Watson is completely on the ball regarding this issue, and it's about time someone attempted to turn this into a national issue.
Well, you hear a lot of it from some of the speakers, but suicide, a lot of things that men generally are put down and told that they've got to shut up because somehow it's offensive to women. And you've got all these feminist groups that today feminism is all about man-hating. This is a way to empower men to say, no, actually we can have a voice without being women-hated.
95% of incidences of violence, victims are overwhelmingly women, men are overwhelmingly the perpetrators. All cases of violence, men are overwhelmingly the perpetrators. Australian women are almost 4 times more likely than men to be hospitalised after being assaulted by their spouse or partner. We're here today to talk about women's rights and why we need to defend them. 1 in 5 women have experienced sexual violence, 1 in 22 men. Not denying that fact, but the statistics lay out that women are much more likely to be the victims. The major danger to me in my home is my own male partner.
I think that the criticisms that the left has have been reasonably unfounded at this point, because they're saying that, I hate women, that the people who are here hate women, and it's absurd because there's a lot of women here and there's a lot of, surely we can't all hate women. I love women, I love men, I just want what's best for the country, I just want what's best for the people in this country. I think that the left have unfounded ideas. I don't really understand where they're coming from with this. They think it's all about women hating and it's not, and everything for them has to revolve back to women. And I'm a woman and it's not all about us.
Definitely mental health issues, the homeless rate. Another big one is men dying through work and parent rights. They've basically just got nothing.
Yeah, access to their children as well.
Yeah.
I'm raising a son, and heaven forbid he had to sort of deal with not having access to proper healthcare, mental health care, or when he's only 10, that if he grows up, gets married, something happens, not having access to his children, that's huge. And men have as much right to be part of their children's lives as their mums do.
So 21 is just a representation of men's suicide in Australia. It's basically 3 a day will actually be passing away in regards to taking their own life, just through different battles. Most of the fathers we deal with are spending tens of thousands of dollars in courts and getting nowhere, and all they want to do at the end of the day is be part of the lives of their children.
Men have had their time, and so because of this false perceived notion, it's not false, men were definitely the dominant, there was a time that patriarchy was the societal dominator, but now it's pretty equal, everyone has equal opportunity, but people are pushing for equal outcome despite not being qualified, and this is the issue, so I think that's important to address.
The people at this March for Men want to see women's rights regress. They are the type of people that think women aren't good enough to work in particular fields, that women should stay at home with their kids and submit to the wishes of their partners. One of the speakers that was planned to talk at their march today believes that sex without consent in marriage isn't rape. Sydney Watson herself has made videos and public statements that the Me Too movement is ruining workplaces. This idea implies that in order for a woman to get a job, she has to accept that she will face sexual assault and harassment in her workplace. We know that it's sexual assault and harassment that is ruining workplaces, and women should be encouraged to keep speaking up and calling out this behaviour. So we're here to remind people in Melbourne that women will not go back to the 1950s. We will not allow our rights to go backwards, and we will not stop fighting until we see full liberation for women across this country. MRA, you can't hide, we can see your Nazi side. MRA, you can't hide, we can see your Nazi side. MRA, you can't hide, we can see your Nazi side. MRA, you can't hide.
You're the fascist!
Mate, if I see you do that shit again, you're out. Alright? You get that? Alright, I'm sorry. Mate, give me that. Get out. No, you're out. You are out. You're out. You're fucking poking people.
Oh, what's happening here?
I think that Antifa are crazy and that they have no respect for other people, and so they behave like this. But I don't think, obviously, it's not on the part of us. Our people are very normal, they're very chilled out, they don't want to cause drama. So, yeah, I just think that it's expected of these type of people, the regressive left.
So I recognise all the genders you talking about.
Thank you.
Because we're fighting for against those people and for our freedom. Thanks to them, we don't have our freedom here.
Exactly.
So it has everything to do with Trump and America.
100%.
God bless America.
Yeah! Hofsky!
I don't know who you are, but I'm Serbian.
Sorry, don't tell me the words of stand.
We're not fascists, are in town.
Honestly, I don't think Antifa here are brave enough to do anything. I think that they're really loud and really irritating, but I don't think that they're actually like prepared to do anything tangible. So yeah, I think the police will deter them from doing anything bad. But yeah, as far as I can see, I don't think so. I think it's very unlikely. I said if anyone starts any drama, just get rid of them. Like I did. Because that's not the point of this. The point of this is to be inclusive and to listen to some good speakers and to like interact with each other and be positive, not to have weenies going after each other, for lack of a better word. It's just ridiculous. It's this egocentric nonsense where people are like, I need to attack someone to validate myself, and that's not what I'm about. That's not what this is about. It's just people doing that at rallies. They infuriate me because there's no need for it. You can have a discussion, you can have a heated discussion and get the same thing out. You don't need to go and attack someone or hit someone. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, we're gonna march. Yeah, that's March for Men. It would be kind of silly if we didn't march, so we're just doing it on.
Scott got beaten up, man. Yeah, he did. Apparently, he's at Richmond.
So the question of men's rights is something that the far right are trying to use internationally, and so we can see through that. We know that the March for Men basically brought together all of the far right in Melbourne, the True Blue crew, the Proud Boys, Avi Yemini, and so on. And so we could see through their agenda. We could see that it was actually a far right demonstration, and we had a real success here.